Greetings, enthusiastic learners. Today you are going to be learning a strategy called lattice multiplication. Lattice multiplication is a way to solve two-digit by two-digit multiplication. In third grade, you were able to do two-digit by one-digit multiplication by simply going 2 times 4 is 8 and 2 times 2 is 4, or 24 times 2 is 48. Many third and fourth graders believe that you can just simply multiply 4 times 4 is 16 and 2 times 2 is 4 to get a similar answer, but that is incorrect. Unfortunately, it's a little more difficult than that, but thank goodness we have the strategy of lattice multiplication. In order to multiply 24 times 24, I have to be able to make a lattice box. So let's practice making a lattice box. On your whiteboard, please draw a square. After you draw a square, you need to draw a T in the middle. Now you have one more step to drawing your lattice box, and that is to draw on the diagonals. In order to draw a diagonal, you have to start in the upper corner and go through the corner extending outside the box. Second, you go from the upper corner through the center and down out the corner of the box. As you can see, my lines aren't quite perfect, but it will still work out. Finally, you have to go from my final corner down through the bottom of the box, and there you have a lattice box. Now that you've copied one yourself, see if you can do it without looking. Step 1, make your square. Step 2, put in your T. Step 3, put in each of the diagonals. Make sure that they go from the upper corner through the corners of each side of the box. Now you're ready to add your numbers. Since I'm multiplying 24 times 24, I need to put the 24 on top, making sure that I line up my numbers, and 24 on the side, making sure I again line up my numbers with the middle of each box. Now I'm ready to excuse me. Now I'm ready to multiply. You can choose any of the four boxes, box 1, box 2, box 3, or box 4 to start in. The order does not matter. I'm going to start way down here in this box. If you bring 4 down and 4 across, 4 times 4 is 16. So I write in the number 16. Now it's time to choose another box. I will choose this box. It does not matter again which order you choose. Coming down is a 2 and coming across is a 2. 2 times 2 is 4, or 0, 4. It is very important that you write the 0 to hold the place value. Next, you can pick either of these boxes. I'm going to pick my box way down here. In order to fill in this box, I have a 2 coming down and a 4 coming across. 2 times 4 is 8, or 0, 8. My final box has a 4 coming down and a 2 coming across, or 4 times 2 being 8, or 0, 8. Now that my box is filled with numbers, I am done with my numbers on the outside of the box. I only have one more step to go, and I've completed my lattice multiplication problem. Now I need to add up the diagonals. I need to add up this row, this row, this row, and finally this row. In order to help me do that, I like to use another piece of paper. So I'm going to go over to my pull tab, take my piece of paper that is supposed to go over the top of this. It's not working. One second. If I quickly go and set this, I think I can set the order to the front, bring to front, and it should work. There we go. Turn my box just a tad and cover it up. So now I'm going to add up each of my diagonals. In my first diagonal, all I have is a 6, so I can write the number 6. Now I need to take my piece of paper and move it up to my next diagonal. Line it up. There you go. In this diagonal, I have an 8, a 1, 8, and a 1. I need to add up all three numbers. 8 plus 1 is 9. 9 plus 8 is 17. I can only put down one digit at a time, so I will put down my 7. What to do with the 1? The 1 must be carried into one of my next three boxes. When I move my piece of paper over, I have a 0, a 4, and a 0. But I also need to carry the 1 because 8 plus 1 is 9 plus 8 is 17. So I need to put a 1 in any of these three boxes. I'm going to choose to put it in this box. I now add up all of the numbers in this column, 0, 4, 1, and 0, to get the number 5. I'm almost through. I just need to add up my final box. Well, my final box, or triangle, is a 0. I do not need to write the 0 because 0, 5, 7, 6 is the same as 5, 7, 6. So the correct answer to 24 times 24 is 576. Looks a little bit confusing when you first start out, but trust me, as long as you can draw a square, draw in a couple of diagonals, it's actually a fun puzzle and a lot easier way to do two-digit by two-digit multiplication. Why don't you try a few problems on the next page? If you go to the bottom, there should be a button you can push down here to stop the video. I'd like you to stop the video and try this problem. Then you can start the video and watch me solve the problem with you to see if you got it right. Then we will move on to this problem and then do a couple of trickier problems in this problem and this problem. Do each one on your whiteboard, stopping it each time and trying it before you watch my demonstration. Okay, you must have just finished this problem on your whiteboard or you're stuck somewhere in the process. Well, let's go through how to do 45 times 28. Remember, step 1 is to draw your box or square. So here is my square. Step 2, I need to fill in or make my T. So I make my T. Now it is time to draw my diagonals. I need to draw a diagonal here, a diagonal through the middle, and a diagonal through the final corner. Next step, I need to write in my numbers. 45 on the top and 28 on the side. I can now choose any box to fill in. I'm going to choose this box first. 5 comes down, 8 comes over, my number is 40. I'm actually going to go back and use a different color so you can see this a little better. How about green? 5 comes down, 8 comes over, I get 40. Let's do this box. 4 comes down, 2 comes over. 4 times 2 is 8 or 0, 8. Don't forget to put in the 0. Next I have 5 times 2. 5 times 2 is 10. My final box, 4 is coming down, 8 is coming over. 8 times 4 is, do you know? A lot of kids forget this one, 32. Now that I have my box completely filled in, I am done with the numbers on the outside and can get rid of them. If you have a piece of paper, I suggest putting it over the top so that you can easily see the columns you are adding. Since I don't have another piece of paper and it's a little hard to steal one from over there, I am going to just add up the diagonals. Here I have only a 0, so I am able to put a 0. In this column I have a 2, a 4, and a 0. 2 plus 4 plus 0 is 6. In this column I have a 3, an 8, and a 1. 3 plus 8 is 11 plus 1 is 12. But I can only put down one number at a time, so I have to put down 2 and carry the 1 up into my next row or column. This column has a 0 in it, but I do have to add the 1 because 3 plus 8 is 11 plus 1 is 12, so I needed to carry the 1. 1 plus 0 is 1. 45 times 28 is 1,260. Now let's try 67 times 35. Remember, step 1 is to draw my lattice box. Step 2, yep, you've got it. Put in my diagonal or put in my T. Then of course, put in your diagonals. Now, if I did this right, I should line it up a little bit better this time. Look, I just missed. Now I need to write my numbers on the top and on the sides. First, I put 67 on the top and 35 on the side. I will do one more slow. 6 times 3 is 18. Oh, again, I should use a different color. I apologize. Let's do blue. 6 times 3 is 18. 7 times 3, 7 coming down, 3 coming over is 21. 7 coming down, 5 coming over is 35. And my final number, 6 coming down, 5 coming over, is 30. I am now done with the numbers on the sides. And now I just have to add up each diagonal. 5 plus nothing is 5. 0 plus 3 plus 1 is 4. 3 plus 8 is 11, plus 2 is 13. Don't forget to carry the 1. 1 plus 1 is 2. The correct answer to 67 times 35 is 2,345. If you've gotten 2 in a row, you definitely deserve a gold star. So let me go get you a gold star. Gold star for this problem. And what the heck, since we're going all out, let's give you a smiley face for this problem. Now we have a little problem. We no longer have a 2-digit times a 2-digit. Instead, we have a 3-digit problem by a 2-digit. Not to worry. All we have to do is change our lattice box just slightly. Instead of making a square, we need to make a rectangle since there are 3 numbers that we are multiplying on the top. We also, instead of making a cross or a T, will have to make 2 lines going down and 1 line going across. Seems a bit complicated, but once you practice, you'll get the hang of it. Now I need to draw on my diagonals. Diagonal 1, diagonal 2, diagonal 3, and diagonal 4. I am now ready to write my numbers above and on the side of my lattice box. On the top, I'm going to write 654, and on the side, 42. Now, you could choose any of the 6 boxes to start in. I'm going to start way down here. Coming down is 5 and over is 2. 5 times 2 is 10. Next, I'm going to do this box. I actually suggest you go in order, but if you want to mix it up, do it in any order you want. Here, 6 is coming down, 4 is coming over. 6 times 4 is 24. Here, 5 is coming down, 4 is coming over. 5 times 4 is 20. Finally, 4 is coming down, 4 is coming over. 4 times 4 is 16. Here we have 4 coming down, 2 coming over. 4 times 2 is 8. And my final box over in the corner, 6 coming down, 2 coming over. 6 times 2 is 12. Now that I've filled in my whole box, I can get rid of the numbers on the sides, and I'm ready to add my diagonals. First, I have an 8. Next, I have a 0, and a 6, which equals 6. My next column has a 2, a 1, a 0, and a 1. 2 plus 1 is 2, plus 1 is 2 plus 1 is 3, plus 1 is 4. I've done a lot of these problems in a row. Next, I have 1 plus 4 plus 2. 1 plus 4 is 5, plus 2 is 7. My last column only sees a 2, so I put my 2. The correct answer to 654 times 42, if I can fit it, is 27,468. I hope you have had a great time and learned how to do lattice multiplication. Now, try this final problem on your own, and instead of watching the video, go check out Mr. Manderfelt, bring your whiteboard to him, and see if you got it right. And he will give you a treat for completing and learning how to do lattice multiplication. Thank you for joining us. and I hope I won't see you again.